Hello everyone. I'm very happy to be speaking with you and sharing more about myself, who I am, where I come from, my schooling, career, and also everything that has shaped my paradigm and how I see the world. So I think before I do that, I'd like to thank everybody that subscribed to the channel. I'd like to thank people who shared the channel with their friends, their family, and also everybody that has liked the channel thus far. I really appreciate it, and I think the team and I appreciate it very much. So more about myself. Really, I'm a simple girl from Mpumalanga. Mpumalanga is a small town in South Africa, just where it is really hot. So hence the name. I was born there, and I really studied there for my primary life, where I think for the first time I met a whole lot of people that influenced who I am from a primary perspective. And that speaks to certain teachers who really would push me from an academic perspective and make sure that when I got number 3 in terms of position, they would say, hey, you must move, you must get number 1. So primary life was really a big foundation in terms of understanding how hard work can make you, or with hard work rather, you can achieve anything that you want to do. Also, I met a whole lot of people, like my best friend Sebe, who's still in my life, and where you can really meet people in a lifetime, and they become your anchor throughout the journey of your life. So that has really been a foundation of a lot of what I see the world around love, around education, but also around career. So just to wrap up quickly around my primary school, Mr. Malan, one of my best teachers, he was my maths teacher. He was very instrumental in really planting the seed that, Sannah, you can be anything that you put your mind to. You can become anything. You don't have to be a nurse. You don't have to be a teacher. You can be whatever that it is you want. And he really installed those values to say, whatever you choose in your career, you must want it for yourself. Don't do it for anyone. Don't do it for your parents. Don't do it for your community. It must be who you are. And then fast forward, I moved to Rob Ferreira War School, which was the first high school that I attended. And it was a double medium school, meaning that everything was taught in Afrikaans and English. And I think that's the one school that really, opened up my political eye, because I think I started understanding what the impact of the apartheid system had done to us South Africans. Because Rob Ferreira being an Afrikaans school, at a given point in time, no black people were allowed at the school. And this is why the Afrikaans was more dominant than English, although it was a double medium. So looking at that, your political eye gets open, and my political was definitely opened, where it mattered to me to say, why must I fit in a certain system and not be accommodated in who I am? And I think that's where that I am who I am, and I'm proud to be that. I don't want to fit in started because of being forced to fit in Rob Ferreira, and also being forced to fit in a system that really favored a certain group of people. Then I moved to Barberton High School. Barberton High School is also in Mpumalanga, where I really completed my matric year and finished off before I went to varsity. Very, very exciting time of my life. I had a lot of friends. We were very close. I mean, Barberton High School was a very energetic school. There was a lot of activities. There was sports. There was activities after school. We would meet people. There was dating at some point. And what love means to me was really embedded from Barberton, because I think I was sort of a late bloomer. I didn't date much when I was younger. So high school was where I started understanding what it means to fall in love. I started also looking at a man and being attracted to a certain type. And being in that space and an environment in Barberton, it really allowed me to say, you can choose who you want to be. That does not look like what your friend has chosen, or that does not look like how your sister has chosen. So I appreciate that town, because it has really embedded the whole journey on become what you want to be. Do not conform. Do not fit in. You must be who you are and let the world accommodate you. And that was really started in my primary life. So Barberton High School really enforced that. And it is when I had decided that when we were doing career choices, that I wanted to be or to study something within psychology. And this is very important for me to mention, because I had a scholarship from Stellenbosch, one of the universities, to come and study MBCHB, which in South African terms, it's a qualification that relates to you being a medical doctor. So I went to Stellenbosch for 2 weeks just to go and see what had happened, because I had gotten a bursary. Upon arriving at Stellenbosch, I was like, oh my God, this is not me. I cannot do this. And I must really say that put a big strain between my relationship with my father, because he really wanted me to be a doctor. It's a pride to think that he wanted the first DR before my name, Dr. Sannah. And I think that caused a strain. But again, I was willing to take that chance that I'd rather have, my relationship with my dad not at a good pace, because he wants me to do that. And at the time I had decided that I wanted to do psychology, and I made sure that I stuck to what I wanted, regardless of how my parent at this particular point was feeling like. And I must say that a year later, I had enrolled at the University of Johannesburg, where I studied a BCom degree in industrial psychology. And it was one of the most rewarding years of my life, because I think from the foundation of working hard over my primary and secondary life, I took that same principle of discipline and working hard into my varsity life. And I'd like to think that I did very well. As a student, I received a bursary from the South African Institute of Race Relations, which really sponsored me throughout my honors year. And I think the understanding of psychology has also built me as a person in terms of how I see the world, my paradigm, and how I think and feel. And I think that has also come from the fact that I was very curious about the human mind, about understanding how people interact with each other, how people think. And that really was a fulfilling time in terms of doing psychology. So I'm currently doing my master's in industrial and organizational psychology, and I'm excited that I'm registered as an intern psychologist as well. So understanding the world of work, because the psychology that I'm involved in is really in terms of industry and the workplace. You really get to understand the human being within the workspace, but also the learnings that you get from this degree, you are able to take it, bring it back into your personal life, and be able to share that with the people in your life. So every journey about moments with Sannah will be deeply embedded in this journey map that I've just provided. The people that I've met along the way who've influenced who I am, from teachers to managers to supervisors, to parents to siblings, and also the friends that I've met along the way, and other people who are not necessarily my friends or family, but acquaintances that I met along the way throughout the journey map that I've just explained. As we spend more moments with Sannah, I'm excited to really take you through that journey and through those people, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again. Bye.